Hey guys, so I'm back with another New Year's resolution kind of video. Well, that last one wasn't a resolutions video, that was like a highlights video. But this is going to be the New Year's tag that was created by A-dubs a few years ago, and I'm doing it because I do it almost every year. I think I've done it every year. And who wants to break tradition? Not me. So overall, 2013 was a pretty incredible year for me. A lot changed. I started a lot of new things. I met a lot of new people. And I had a lot of great experiences. So overall, it was an amazing year and one of my favorite to date. But we'll see if 2014 is even better, or we'll make it better. I have 13 highlights that I wrote down. A lot of them are kind of like combined because I wanted to include them. But so I went to a lot of YouTube events this year, in the like different kinds of YouTube events, like beauty guru events and everyone events and different things. So I kind of like grouped them together in my first few highlights. So I'm just gonna list them all. The benefit trip and the meetup, Generation Beauty and BeautyCon, that's number one. I thought they were all kind of beauty related. Both IMATs I went to, New York and LA, that's number two. Playlist Live and VidCon, that's number three. And that's basically like the YouTube things. Number four was getting into college. I did have a few downs this year that weren't that big of a deal, but I did get denied from the college that was basically like my dream school, and I thought I was gonna go there, USC. But things changed and I didn't go there, but everything worked out, and it is a highlight that I got into any college, so here we go. I wrote this one down. It's not necessarily like a huge highlight, it's just something fun that me and my friends did that it just makes me laugh. We made this video for government class. I uploaded it onto this channel actually. It's like, I'll link it down below if I remember, but it's a Pokemon government video. Like, we had a campaign running for office. We actually lost, but we did pretty good, I think. And we made a video where we were Pokemon, and I don't know, it was just really fun to make. And I just thought it was a highlight because I'll always be able to look back on it because it's a video. So number six was my Chicago trip with some YouTube friends / my Seattle trip with high school friends. We were trying to go to Canada, but my passport was expired, so I ended up in Seattle, but I still had a blast. So both of those trips, I guess I put this in also in a / but concerts, oh yeah, that's why it's included, because I went to, I think it's like my first like real concert in Chicago. Before that I'd been to American Idol's Live. That was like a long time ago, the one with David Archuleta, Holla. But like I started going to a bunch of concerts this year after my Chicago trip, because I went to Summer Bash, and then I went to like Walk the Moon, and I went to Sammy Adams and Time Flies, and I just went to like a lot more concerts than I ever have this year. 7 was graduating high school. That was pretty exciting, getting the heck out of there. Number 8 was moving out of my house. LOL, I'm at my house. But I mean just like being independent from my parents in the sense that I live somewhere else than they live, usually, not on breaks. And it was just nice to like get out and be independent. Now I was starting college. That's just like a big one. All the people and experiences and different classes that I got to start. So yeah, that's a highlight, just starting college. Number 10 was joining a sorority. I have a whole video kind of going through my recruitment experience also. It's on this channel, and it's just been like such a great experience. And I learned one of the big things that being in a sorority has taught me is that stereotypes are literally like not important at all, because there are so many negative connotations to sororities, and I have met some of the best people, and just like I've had such great experiences, and I haven't had one negative thing like hazing or, you know, clickiness within it or anything. Like nothing of that, none of that is true. I know that doesn't speak for every sorority ever, but like at least in my school, like it's just been such a great experience. It's a positive thing. So that's also taught me to really disregard a lot of stereotypes. Number 11, I don't know if I ever talked about this, but I'm officially an officer in my sorority also. It's not an election, it's slating, so I went up for it, and the like board chose me to the position. So I'm IT director, which deals with like the website and things that have to do with recruitment and like all the technological stuff. So it's really exciting, and I officially start spring semester, so that starts in February. I'm really excited to like actually get going with it. Number 12 is just making new friends and meeting new people. That's pretty general, but it's been a big part of my life this year because I've gone into a whole new, you know, basic part of my life, college. So being a highlight is like getting to know all the new people that are involved in it. And my last one, this is a pretty big accomplishment for me. You can track how many times you go to Disneyland if you have a Disneyland pass, and I officially went to Disneyland this year 36 times. Actually 37, because I went in January for when I was there for LA IMATs, and I didn't have a pass then, so I didn't track it with it. So yeah, 37 trips to Disneyland. That's interesting. but I must say that I'm pretty sure it counts it every time you enter like a different park, like Disneyland or California Adventure, because I would like jump back between parks on one visit. So I didn't visit the Disneyland 36 times, but I went to each park, if that makes sense, because there's 2 different parks that you have to enter with a pass. Okay, so that was my highlights. So pretty big general things, but I'm gonna move on because this video is already getting really long and I have a lot more to do. 14 goals of 2014. Now, I am not the biggest New Year's resolution person. I like the concept of a new year. I always talk about that, and it's kind of like a nice fresh start. But something about me that a lot of people, I don't know if a lot of people do this, but something I do is I actually have like resolutions every year of my life, like on my birthday. I have every year, that's the ones I actually like try and stick to. New Year's resolutions are just kind of to get me back on track. But I think I started my 16th birthday, so not that long ago, but I would have 16 goals of age 16, 17 goals of age 17, and now I'm doing 18 goals of age 18. And I was looking back through them the other night because I left them here. I think I want to take them back to college with me though, and I just like, I accomplished a few of them, but I have a long way to go, and there's some pretty big things on there that I really want to actually do. So I'm going to finish that list. I'm not going to read it though, but just know that these resolutions for like the new year aren't really my main focus. They're just like little things to keep up with. They're more broad as opposed to like, they're not really something you check off very easily. Oh, except, okay, this one, my first one, is going to be really, really hard for me, but I really want to try and do it at least for a month. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I guess not with that attitude. I better start guaranteeing it. But I want to try and eat gluten-free. I promised myself I'll at least do it for January and see how it goes from there, if I'll be able to keep up with it. It's really hard at school because there's not very many options in the CAF. But my mom's gluten-free and she's talked to me a lot about it, and she wants me to read this book, and she's like really trying to like push it on me. And I totally trust her, and she said it's made a lot of changes for her. So I think I'm going to give it a chance and see if it's worth it. There's gluten in a lot of foods though, but yeah, that's number 1. Number 2 is exercise regularly. Obviously everyone's New Year's resolution. Number 3 is spend more time in the library. 4, improve video quality and try and actually put like time and thought into each and every video. If you're a YouTuber, you know this feeling of like being proud of a video and excited to put it up, and other times you're just like, okay, I just have to get a video up. But I want to have a lot more of those like proud videos, which is going to be hard with school, I know, but I want to try. Number 5, take more pictures. I'm really excited to use my new Polaroid camera. Number 6, make more friends. I think that's a goal for everyone to always have. Number 7 is ask more questions and always question that around you. Number 8 is to get to know my professors more and attend their office hours. Number 9 is to further my career goals and more specifically kind of research into, because I know I want to work in the UN, but I want to narrow it down a little bit more and like research different aspects and things I need to get to my goal. Number 10 is have less small talk, because I freaking hate small talk, and have more meaningful conversations with people. Number 11 is to open up more. If you know me, you probably know I'm a very, I don't know if it seems like in videos, but like it's very, very hard for me to let people in. I have trust issues. It's really weird, but like I just don't like talking about myself, and I rarely open up to people, which is weird. It's not like anything in the past is like deterred me. I'm never gonna like let someone in again, but I just like have a hard time with that concept. So I'm gonna try and like open up to people more and let people in. Number 12 is make time for reading and art, which are things that I love to do, but I don't really have time at school. And number 13 is express how I feel, which kind of goes along with open up more. I'm very closed off about my emotions, and I usually just focus on other people. But yeah, so those are my 14 goals of 2014. That was really long already. In my new journal, I'm really excited to use this. It smells like leather. Okay. Number 1 product of 2013. I'd have to say the Naked 3 palette, even though it wasn't out the whole year. What was the most difficult thing you experienced this year? Well, one of the like things that kind of rattled me the most this year, there's like, it wasn't like, I don't want to say it was difficult, because it wasn't like a challenge I had to climb. It was just like a freaky moment, but it was when I totaled my car. I made it like a little vlog. I literally filmed while I was sitting in my car in a ditch. That was weird, but when I was driving in March to Playlist Live, well, I wasn't driving to Florida, but I was driving to the airport. My flight was at like 7 a.m., 6 a.m., I don't know, but it was dark, and I was driving at like 3:30, and I had to drive like over a mountain to get to the airport, and it was the end of March. Like, I didn't think the roads were going to be bad, but it was a little bit icy, but it, like, we checked the road conditions online and it said it was going to be fine. And then once I started to get closer to the summit, it was snowing, which was not predicted, and it was like icy and the snow was all over the road. And I was like freaking out, so I slowly was starting to pull over because I could feel myself losing control, and I was trying to stop my car so I could put chains on it, even though I didn't know how I was going to do that in the dark when I had never done it before, but I didn't really have an option. And as soon as I tried to pull off the road, my car spun out of control, and then I went over the edge of the like embankment into a tree. So that was the most, it's not like a challenge though, it's just like something that happened, like the hardest thing for me to deal with in 2013. What was an activity or hobby you learned in 2013? I started like crafting more, like with painting. I learned that I really like painting. I took painting class in high school, but like I don't really like painting pictures necessarily. I just like painting, like the action of it, or like painting subject matter. I just like, I don't know, like I like painting things. What was the most time consuming activity of 2013? I don't know, probably YouTube as usual. Valuable lesson that you learned this year. I actually made a whole video on my main channel about what college has taught me, which are kind of like the main lessons I learned this year, I'd say, so I'll link that down below, or you can just look on my main channel. So I don't really want to pinpoint one lesson. What was your most loved TV show 2013? Okay, well, as usual, Pretty Little Liars, The Biggest Loser, The Carrie Diaries, those are always like top TV shows for me, but literally in the last like 3 days I've become obsessed with Teen Wolf. I'd always kind of like heard about it, like I knew it existed, but I didn't really know much about it other than it was like a teen that was a wolf, that I thought that was like, I was like, okay, I'm over this whole supernatural thing, like Twilight is over. But I recently learned that Dylan O'Brien was starring in The Maze Runner, which I love that book. So I'm excited to see the movie, so I was like, well, I might as well watch something Dylan O'Brien's in to get a sense of like what it's gonna be like. So I found out all the episodes are on mtp.com, and I watched every single episode of Teen Wolf, and I love it now, and I can't wait for it to come back on January 6th, a week from today. So yeah, I think that's the most loved because it's the newer one. What was your most loved song of 2013? Oh, definitely Pompeii by Bastille. I love that song so much. What was your worst decision or flaw of 2013? I mean, I have some that are kind of like personal that I don't want to talk about, but I'll probably just say my worst decision was driving that road to get to the airport that day. What were your most visited websites of 2013? As usual, YouTube, Tumblr, yeah. And rate your year 10 being the best. I'm gonna say my year was an 8.5 because it was, like I said, it was an awesome year. I loved it. But I don't want to say it's like a 10 because I know it could be better. So I'm just going to leave the questions down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 2014 is on its way. I think this might go up New Year's Day actually. So, hello 2014. This will be my year. Just kidding. I don't know why people say that because you can't own a year. You can only make the most of it. Okay, well, I'm going to see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and bye.